Hey, Carl, that's right. So joining me now is Brian Armstrong from Coinbase System Update event today. You're going to be unveiling a flurry of product announcements throughout the afternoon. But starting right now, perhaps one of the biggest pieces of news, tokenized stocks. What are you bringing to market? How is it different than what we already see in the market?
Yeah, so people have been thinking for a long time about how to get U.S. equities on-chain somehow. And unfortunately, what's out there today, most of these they're derivatives, they're synthetics. They're trying to give people exposure to it, but you don't actually own the underlying asset. And so what we've announced today for the first time is true one-to-one backed tokenized equities on Coinbase. So there's an actual share of the company underneath. You can get the upside from the dividends. You can get the shareholder rights. But you can also get the benefits of it being on-chain, which means permissionless access for people all over the world, 24/7 trading. You can even very easily send it to your friends and family as a gift. And so I'm really excited to get tokenized equities live because it's really just going to create demand. And the 4 billion people all over the world that are unbrokered are going to have access to high-quality U.S. investments.
Yeah, I think you just touched on this, but to ask the very basic question, what is going to pull investors towards this instead of more traditional stocks traded in a more traditional way?
Yeah, well, we offer that in the U.S. as well, like more traditional stock trading and options trading and all kinds of things. But you have to remember, there's lots of people in the world who actually don't have easy access to U.S. stocks. A lot of countries, like if you're a wealthy person, you might be able to get a U.S. account, a brokerage account opened or something, like if you're a very wealthy person in Argentina. But like 4 billion people in the world don't have any way to access U.S. investments, like NVIDIA or Coinbase stock or anything like that. So they're stuck holding cash and low-quality investments. So it's very important for financial freedom that everybody in the world can access high-quality investments, and it will just create more demand for high-quality U.S. company stocks.
Yeah, and so at least to start outside of the U.S., I mean, another market that you're spearheading that is largely outside of the U.S. is perpetual futures. Big case study for pre-IPO perps last week with SpaceX. What can you share about that? What was the uptake, and how does it set you up for more of these types of contracts?
Yeah, well, we're living in this golden age where some of the largest private companies in the world are finally going public. And in some ways, that's incredible, but it would be amazing if retail could get exposure earlier when they're still private, right? Because a lot of the value upside has already been captured by accredited investors, which of course is like only wealthy people can invest in these private companies. So we wanted to try to, again, democratize access, and pre-IPO perps is a way for anyone in the markets where it's available outside the U.S. at the moment to get exposure to these companies, the largest companies in the world that are coming private or coming public.
Yeah, and of course, getting attention here in the U.S. too. You got American regulator CFTC just greenlighting perps betting on cryptocurrencies too. We've seen some of the traditional exchanges come out swinging on this. Terry Duffy at CME on CNBC just a couple weeks ago saying regulators are creating systemic risk, that products like this incite bad behavior. How do you respond?
Well, I think you have to, anytime someone has a conflict of interest, you have to take what they're saying with a grain of salt because there's a competitive environment. My view is that, it's good for Americans to be able to access these markets. People have to remember, it's not like if U.S. companies don't allow this, it's not like it's not going to happen. Actually, like 80% of the crypto trading is in derivatives offshore. And so when speaking with Chair Atkins and Chair Selig at the CFTC, they are very much aligned to how do we repatriate these funds? How do we allow the U.S. to stay as a leader in financial markets? And it's very important that we get 24/7 true, perps working for crypto and gold and silver, these kind of other asset classes. So that's important, and we shouldn't let regulatory capture or competitive dynamics prevent that.